Hi there, I'm Bernadette McGree, welcome. This is another one of my stretches for runners especially, so we're really working on the backs of the legs. This is down dog for Hammies, and this one we're going to take a slightly short downward facing dog pose. So come onto your mat, and if you're not on a mat, that's okay. If you've just been out for a run, please take your shoes off because we want to actually work with the feet in this. Mind you, if you have your shoes on, what the heck. Okay, so come into all fours position so that your index fingers are parallel to each other and they're shooting straight ahead towards the top of the mat. Spread your fingers widely from there. And then step back, so you're in a plank pose. Now walk your feet a little bit and lift your hips up to the sky. For this one, the idea is that your heels are flat on the mat. Normally a downward facing dog, if you're, most people can't get their heels down, but I want you to walk the feet in so your heels are down. Bend the legs a little, tone the muscles of the legs. So imagine that you're sucking energy all the way up through the feet, up through the legs into the core of the pelvis. Keep that, and then tilt the pelvis like you're pressing your pubic bone towards the back of the mat and up towards the sky. Yes, enjoy that because that just adds a whole new layer on. Tone the pelvic floor, tone the abs a little, and draw the bottom ribs in towards the back. Now keep all of that and start to breathe. Press your hands into the floor and forwards. And just keep cycling around so you can feel that the leg muscles are active. You've got the arch in your lower back, the tone in the pelvic floor, the tone in your abs, the lower ribs are in. And then press your feet into the floor. So working to get those, making sure those heels are down. Start to stretch the legs straight if that's available to you. And as you stretch the legs straight, watch that you don't round your back. So you've really got to work to keep that curve in your back, or the action like you're arching your back. And then just wriggle your feet back a little bit and drop your heels down, bend your knees. So after a number of breaths in the first one, we're taking a little wider position, dropping the heels down to just intensify the stretch. So we start all over again with the legs bent. Engage the muscles of the legs. Take that engagement all the way up into the pelvis, all the way up into the glutes. Make sure the quads, the muscles above the knees, are toned. Tilt the pelvis, arching the lower back, and then tone the pelvic floor, tone the abs, and draw the bottom ribs in. Keep pressing the hands into the floor. And then start to straighten the legs, keeping all of that. Press the feet into the floor. And if you want just a little bit more excitement, because there isn't enough, lift your toes. That's going to add a little bit more intensity to the stretch in the backs of the legs. See if you can create, like, just sort of shake your head a little bit. You don't want tension in your neck here. And then just focus on that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. If you can stay here for at least 5 breaths, that'll be fab. There's no shortcut for stretching. Like, it's time under tension. Keep that breath nice and steady. And just bring your awareness through the muscles of your body. Your legs, checking that they're toned, that you're working the curve in your lower back.
You've got tone in the pelvic floor and your abs, your bottom ribs haven't popped, they're back in. And when you're done, just very gently lower down. Now, if you're not used to being on your hands for that long, you can just bring the backs of your hands to the floor. If you're used to being on your hands a fair bit, then you'll be okay. It's still good to do a counter stretch. And if you're not used to spending long on your hands, don't worry, just keep practicing. Just gently increase it by a breath each time you do this, an inhalation and an exhalation, that being around the breath. And eventually you'll be able to hold something like that for a couple of minutes. Good on you. Okay, well, keep running, enjoy, and I'll see you again.